Okay, so this run's looking pretty promising. I took this route. I wanted to duplicate, and this unit actually sort of hits the ground running, but it's not a banner unit. So there's a mechanic in the game where there are certain units that you draft from unit banners, and that's one way of getting them. The other way is as a card reward. Well, not as like a challenge reward where it says draft a units specifically. So there are two different pools of units for each clan. One of the pools is the banner units, and the rest is just sort of secondary units. So your starter, your dregs, the train stewards you start with are secondary. And the thing about banner units is every turn of your first shuffle, you're guaranteed to start by drawing a banner unit before drawing a random card from the rest of your deck, which could also be a banner unit, but all cards are equally likely once you've randomly picked a banner unit. So, because there are 22 cards in my deck, if I had duplicated this draft, well, those would be two really, pretty strong cards, but I would not be, it might be turn 3 or 4 before I draw those guys. Whereas these, I'm guaranteed to draw. Well, there's Lady of the House. There's only one other unit that might get drawn before these two. So by turn 3, I'm guaranteed to have both of them. So just, yeah, for the consistency, I did not duplicate the one well, he doesn't scale that much better. They're both multi-strike. This one, it is enchanted with Formless Child, which is pretty cool. Every time it dies, it gets plus 20 damage. This one's going to scale pretty hard. Arguably losing a little bit of early tempo to get 2 copies of the one who scales harder could have been good. Whereas on the other hand, the 2 Wickless Barons, they have Harvest, which they'll scale defensively, which is also kind of nice in its own way. But yeah, there isn't really anything that's super duper extra powerful just immediately when you play it. So the first few turns could be rough. And I'm expecting it to be a little bit rough no matter what. And I don't know, it might be winnable. I picked this up because I've got a lot of ways to reform things. In particular, I've got holdover on molded, so Flicker reforms 2 as long as he's still alive. And this, I can use this to reform Rector Flicker himself. And once I've shuffled my deck once, I'll always have this because it costs 0, and it has holdover. So I intentionally avoided drafting too many cards that cost lots of energy. This is the only kind of exception because it just, everybody scales up by, resets their burnout timers and all that good stuff. It's problematic if there's junk cards in my consume pile. That's the downside of this. I could get drafts when I'm really hoping to get Lady of the House or Wickless Baron. So, This Wildwood Sap is not. I got that very, very early, and it hasn't been. It's been kind of nice. Like sometimes I like the Wickless Baron to survive instead of having to use up a reform on him, but it hasn't really been. The draft just hasn't really played to the strengths of this card. That's fine, but interestingly, yeah, extra upgrade slot. So, well, the Wickless Baron is already over upgraded because of the event, and then I duplicated him so that he won't benefit from that. But the draft with the extra upgrade slot, and I could just slap random upgrades onto Lady of the House, and it's probably worthwhile at this point. Maybe getting rid of drafts is a little bit better. Oh, this Entombed Explosive. This one's interesting too. It's a tomb unit, and Vine Mother kind of works really well as an essence. unit in a melting remnant deck. So I took a tomb unit and gave it another. While on summon, something that dies and gets reformed a lot, you give it something that it does something cool when you summon it. It's pretty nice, right? It's like it does 30 damage, split into 3 pieces. When you summon it, you draw all these extra cards, and then when it dies, it deals 50. It's kind of coming and going. It's sometimes the Awoken and the Melting Remnant, they have 2 different ideas about how things should be done, and you kind of have to sort of, how am I going to split that up? Which units do I regenerate? Which ones do I want to reform? But this is like an honest, just direct synergy that just sort of is right in your face. And I'm kind of worried about how it's going to scale for the end game. But it's been very, very useful getting this far. I started with Cursed Vines, so getting free stings, you get to pull a unit to the front, and then you get to throw 3 stings at that unit. Some units, they might have 10 or 15 or 20 health, and that's just really nice. So some good stuff going on here. Yeah, the end game is pretty rough, and I'm a little bit concerned that maybe we're there, maybe we're not quite there. What could I do with this? Nothing. I'm arguably I could get rid of a dreg, but then I'd raise the challenge level. I think that would be really scary. Yeah, I don't think these are justified. I mean, I would love to get rid of a dreg and buff the Lady of the House right now. It's just I don't think that's actually the win condition. I think that's a luxury. I think so. I think the strongest play might be either just to not play the dregs, or and or purge 1 or 2. Maybe more than 2. I can probably purge a lot. Anyway, so this draft, I think maybe I just want to carry harder. I mean, this Lady of the House, it's a very tough choice here. Arguably, this unit just dies before it gets to do anything half the time. What if there's a sweeper? So this might be more stable, but it might not be strong enough to win. Whereas this hits like a truck, but what's my plan for keeping it alive? The enemy sweepers, can I just kill them with spells? And then this unit just gets to go crazy. This is like the late game, late in the battle scaling, gains 20 damage every time it dies. So this is gonna scale super hard. I might lose the pyre before it gets a chance. Whereas this, it's really stable, but maybe they all sneak past me because I can't. Yeah, this one dies too fast, and this one doesn't kill fast enough. So I don't know, maybe one of those 2 is actually good enough at what it does. I think I do this, and I'm just going to really try to micromanage and snipe the sweepers. And if you reform this guy a few times, then suddenly he has 25 health instead of 5, and maybe he's okay. I don't know, they seem kind of amorphous. Maybe it's a they, or a it, or I don't know. Anyway. I guess I'm gonna re-roll. None of these are super amazing. This unit dying is actually a good thing, so burnout 1 is where I want to leave it. I mean, how likely it is that all 3 upgrades, how likely is it that I'm gonna want to do all 3? But maybe that's Nah, maybe I'll save the money. Should I re-roll these relics? This, all I've got is the 50 damage tomb unit, which maybe isn't really worth it. This, I've wasted gold on... This is a lot stronger early, though. There's only 2 battles, so that's only a total of 30 health that might get saved. Which is sort of significant, but there are a lot of things I could still roll that there's a pretty good chance there's something better. So I'm gonna just YOLO it. Not very good here, not relevant, not super good here either. I probably just want to reform all my units, and Vine Grasp and the Stings. I just don't think that 3 spell power, I don't think that's it. I think I just re-roll this one and I hope for something good here, and then I purge some dregs. And then before I do that, I have to decide, do I want these for anybody? I mean, at most, only one, like, expensive upgrade will be available for this one, so... the 2 that I've got here are kind of decent, but they're not... I don't know, there's a pretty good chance that whatever they offer me will be just as good. I think damage, just straight up damage, might be the strongest of the basic upgrades. And I'm comfortable just re-rolling to pick 2 out of the next 3, I think. Endless would be the worst, because Rector gives bonus, plus 10 damage whenever he reforms something. So I'd prefer to get that instead of having to just use Endless. Yeah, the Endless upgrade would be pretty bad here. Okay, that's not the bad one. Large stone. Luckily, the Wickless Baron has been shrunk, so I've got I got 1 capacity upgrade. So in theory, all of these could fit on a single floor, unless it's the tiny floor. So all my good, well, not quite all my good units. Not there's actually one. Yeah, I forgot about this one. That's still kind of an improvement. It gives me a stronger start. And this is which one's better? I don't know. Like, this is never gonna be... I've got enough multi-strike that another 5 damage is probably not as good as 10 health. I think this one is just a chump blocker who does some incidental damage that might be relevant, but it's not the main... it's not the main attraction. Though arguably I could have put more health on this one too. Let me just double check how much do the purges cost, and if I have 25 left over, I'll do that. Okay, I don't know, regeneration. I could try to keep one of these alive with some regen stacks. It's not super great, but it's... I only get so many reforms per turn, so that might... I might keep the restores, even though they're not amazing. I think I've just got slightly too many dregs. I don't know. They're not bad. They kind of help a little bit. It's kind of, I think, 2 floors of damage, and avoiding the top floor most of the time seems to be okay. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2. My champion is another 2. I mean, technically I've got 2 floors worth of units, and no more and no less, so getting rid of dregs... I don't know, if I've got all that space, maybe I don't get rid of them. Maybe I just get rid of Restore. think regeneration is just kind of not how I'm getting the job done, so these unupgraded restores can just I forgot what was in the relic store. Was it just total garbage? Yeah. Yeah, nothing I don't have to feel bad about this. I can just get rid of the restore, and then I've got enough for an upgrade. Or did I already do that? No, I did not. Yeah, something like that, I guess. Alright. I think I've already spent as much time as I want to on that. Okay, so this. Luckily, the Seraph, I was at the very start of the run. They just gave. I don't remember if I drafted it or if it was a starter, but this resin removal. I can remove this sap. Sometimes I might want to hold on to it a couple turns just so there are that many more stacks to remove, but considering that there's 2 different floors that he might be doing that, I don't know. I'll just do it as often as it makes sense, I guess. Oh, yeah. There we go. Bottom floor has been pretty good for this unit. Because it's when he reforms units, it's a resolve ability, and if he's on the top floor, he gets to go before the other units get a chance to die. So it's oh yeah, these are quick and multi-strike. So unfortunately, the sap is really messing with them right now. Well, how about that? Is that helping? That's... Maybe I played this wrong. Maybe I should have pulled that one to the front. I mean, do I have to redo this? I don't know. I'd rather not redo the whole battle. Maybe... I can probably kill that unit next turn. Oh, it already dies this turn because of the exploding candle. So that's actually not a misplay. I just didn't bother computing whether or not it was a misplay before doing it. Yeah, that's seems pretty decent though. Sometimes you get in the habit of playing it a certain way, and you forget what the reasoning was, but it's still, you know, solid. You just forgot why. All right. Oh, Hallowed Halls. It's a little bit early for you, I think. I don't know. It's not crazy. It's not crazy. The big thing about playing this one with the Vine Mother enhancement is I need to make sure I have enough empty. I have to make sure my hand's not full. I need to make room for those stings before I play this. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to play these 2 cards on this floor. I don't know, they're all going to die. Oh, when I play Hallowed Halls, yeah. Yeah, when I play Hallowed Halls, these are already going to be wiped out, so I don't have to waste Vine Grasp on them. I do not. Yeah, I'll just... Well, this floor could use a little bit of help too, so that's... Stings? I think Stings might kill this unit. Okay, so now... Yeah. Okay, that's... Pretty nice setup, actually. Yeah, it's all... The numbers worked out pretty much exactly just right here. So I just play all of these, and... I don't even have to play this, but I think there's no reason not to. I think it just starts. I think it scales a bit, and then I don't have any serious trouble sustaining this. I mean, sure, Rector's gonna die this turn, but I just played the molded with holdover. Like all of this is like, yeah, I'm fine. I can reform stuff for days. I think this just means we're scaling. I mean, it's not super amazing, but it's like even these restores are kind of like this unit. Well, she lasts for 3 turns, but that's fine. Yeah, right. Reforming frequently is another way to sidestep the sapping Seraph. So this is just a. It's kind of like just a winning matchup, I guess. It's yeah. I guess I'll just, yeah, let's just reform Flicker. He'll reform everybody else. And then I've already got it this turn. Yeah, because that draft is popping off, I guess. That's, or however the kids would say it these days. Sure, save a little bit of health. Could kill this one on purpose just so it scales faster. But then yeah, I think it's fine. This one still dies because that one gets 1 shot and then 60 damage left over. Ooh, that was wrong. Well, it's probably okay. I just forgot that I had to kill this unit by protecting this draft, because the draft is not quick, so that's my mistake. I think we can still kill that unit. If it ends up being a problem, I can restart, but I really hope that's not a problem. Now, do I want to play the Hallowed Halls? Let's play this one first, or we can play both of them first, and then by process of elimination I'll know what would happen if I play Hallowed Halls on this floor. So it's going to be an annoying computation, but at least I'll know. Okay, on this floor, I really need to deal some damage. Or is this the Hallowed Halls floor? I need to resummon Flicker. If I play Hallowed Halls right now, I'll get exactly... Because right now the consumed pile is empty. Because I know without a doubt I'll get exactly the same units back, no matter where I do it. This floor, the damage sucks. Am I gonna have to play somebody on the top floor? Maybe you? You have burnout too, so next turn you can be goalkeeper. Then I want this floor to be super strong. Seems about right. This is probably safe. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. Got a lot of harvest stacks because they. should have put Baron in the very back so he would get one more harvest stack that turn, but it's a pretty secondary consideration. It's probably not consequential. I would like to take 0 pyre damage because I think now that it's playing out, I'm pretty sure we're strong enough to take 0 pyre damage. Which sounds really, really good, but then Divinity, sometimes it's just that much harder. But I think we're just scaling, and I have just no survivability problems at all, because I can just, like, I can just re-summon the guy who revives everybody every turn. I mean, are there really going to be turns where he... I don't know. 2 or 3 bad turns early might be possible, but if I get over a certain... If I get past a certain point, then it's just he's not going to die every turn. He's going to die every 2 or 3 turns at worst, and then that's probably fine. Like, I could play this now, but they're just gonna die in a couple turns. So maybe I just save that for the final Relentless wave. I don't think I played this entire run super well. I think I just got kind of lucky. I mean, it was kind of a nice... I did observe a couple of nice synergies that I might have missed if I weren't paying attention. So, like, getting the Vine Mother on the Tomb unit was kind of a cool synergy that I never noticed before. But I think I had above average drafting luck, and oh, I didn't make room for this guy. It's okay. How do I want to deal with that? Do I keep him in my deck, or do I... It'll be like 3 turns before he dies of natural causes on the top floor. But it could be 3 turns before I shuffle him. I mean, if I'm drawing 10 cards, and I've got 22 cards total, maybe I'll keep him in my deck. I don't know. Yeah. It's just, what's going to kill him? Nothing's going to kill him. It's just, he's going to sit there for a long time, and he's going to Ember Drain me, so it's not. Let's just keep him here. I can only draw 9 because I'm permafrosting this, so it's a little... eh. It's fine, I guess. Now what? Right, I have to bring back Flicker. Oh, I should have done the Baron because I was going to just play this card regardless. That was kind of silly. Okay. That was silly. Okay, well, whatever. Only mildly silly. It probably doesn't matter. Could have been not just mildly silly, that could have been like 6 harvest stacks this turn. But I think we're strong enough that it doesn't matter. It was not a small difference, but it was just, we're just doing that well at this point. not quite an early kill, but doing 800 damage on the turn before Relentless, that's a pretty strong turn. Yeah, wow. It's okay. I guess hashtag easy game, easy life, or whatever the kids say these days. Smooth sailing. Okay, so it's one dreg too many unless the top floor is the small floor. If the top floor is the small floor, then I have exactly enough space to use just the bottom and middle floors. But in the Divinity fight, it gets pretty rough, and I'm probably going to have to send units to the top floor from time to time at the very least. I hesitate to make a prediction here, but I think our odds are, if I had to guess, I'd say my odds are kind of decent. Okay, so how do you survive like a few turns? I think you're fine. These damage shields, do I want to get rid of those? I think I do. I think we just go all out. I think we have enough space, we have damage, we've got yeah, kill this one with stings. Let's see what order does this happen. This unit dies and deals 50, and then that's 22 plus 50. So this one dies from all that. And the draft kills the second one, and then okay. I think up here, like, this is not reducing the number of hits to kill the first one, so it makes no difference. But here, 10 damage, maybe it matters, probably doesn't, but that was the only floor where it had a chance of potentially mattering. Okay, yeah, this is usually turn one is a little bit trickier than that. It's a pretty good start. Yeah, I had some doubts. I didn't think this was scaling quite fast enough, but so far it's looking like easy game, easy life. I mean, a lot can still happen. The later waves get pretty strong. If anything, this draft, killing this draft a couple times and bringing it back could help out, but do I want to do that manually, or do I want to wait for Hallowed Halls to do the work? I mean, I get 2 reforms for free. I think he's doing too much. He's doing a lot of this damage. I think this wave is too strong if I forfeit that damage this turn, so let's just leave it alone. This unit, yeah, let's let her regenerate a bit. Yeah, this is all... Let's leave it alone. It's looking fine. Okay. Just playing these in the right order so I don't so I don't overfill my hand is the only thing I'm actually requiring a little bit of, carefulness and, second thoughts. Ember Drain not worth it? I don't know. Yeah, I guess I don't want to accidentally summon this unit with Hallowed Halls when better options exist. Alright, holdover. I mean, the reordering could kind of mess with the kill order. Which hits get kills and which ones are just wasted overkill. Stuff like that. So this could be detrimental, but it's probably, on average, it's better than not. Yeah, that was actually not super great. Oh, because the draft is in front. That's kind of the worst outcome. So that's 330 damage that just doesn't happen this turn. You can probably recover from this. I don't know. That's a little disappointing. Maybe I shouldn't have risked it. My forecast is that this is recoverable. I mean, this is the bottom floor. So we just have to recover eventually. Unfortunately, our unit economy is a little bit stalled out for this turn, so I had to summon Flicker and then wait another turn. Oh, they gain armor when units die or something like that? Or one of the other units had that kind of ability? It's pretty frustrating, huh? Resin removal? I should probably cast it somewhere, maybe here. Which unit do I want to kill here? I don't know, I'm not doing a ton of damage, and rearranging it doesn't seem to help a whole lot here either. Is it going to recast the enchantment next turn? Because it removed the ability, but it still has the aura passive thing. Which makes me think it's going to recast on the next turn. Which is kind of irritating. I don't know. Maybe I want that unit in the front. And yeah, I don't know. Doesn't mean we can leave it alone. I can just hit the Divinity. I guess I'll do that. top floor. We, does it take 2 Wickless Barons to make this happen? Oh, yeah, I got this nice little center self. It's pretty slick. Do I just set up a huge top floor now? It's getting a little sketchy, but if we did have a huge top floor, I think we'd be in pretty good shape, maybe. I don't really want to set up a huge bottom floor, and the Pyre is taking a lot. That's like borderline. Yeah, I think that's like 88 damage if I were to do nothing about it. So let's make sure that the Wickless Baron is in the these guys are in the absolute farthest back, so they get the most harvest stacks, because I'm going to cast this. And, ooh, that's a thought. Is that what I want to do? Takes up a lot of space. Don't know if it's really actually worth it, but that's what I chose. Maybe I just keep her on this floor. Maybe I would rather have 2 drafts versus one of these. Actually, no, she's better than 2 drafts. Well, the problem is if I wipe out this floor, she might take up one of these spaces, which would be very bad. I think I'd rather just keep her here so I 100% know what's going to happen, and I need to 100% know that it's acceptable. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. Okay. Which units am I trying to kill here? I mean, I guess that one. Slightly sketchy, this boss. This mini-boss is gonna... This mini-boss might survive if I'm not careful and or lucky. Yeah, that's an awkward turn. Rector Flicker died too. That's enough. The top floor does like... almost 1,000, I guess, total. Do I put Flicker on the top floor, or is this floor good enough? This floor, I think, dies. I think there's enough extra... No, Flicker could probably survive here. Oh, he's got 145 now. Usually he just burns out, I guess. I could put him on the top floor, I just don't think I need to. Yeah, that seemed about right. And then, do I want to work on this floor? What happens if I can't? Gain armor 10. That's not good. Let's just stick it with here. Okay. It's not completely effortless, but as far as, I mean, it's so far it's been relatively smooth by the standards of how hard this fight usually is. It's usually quite tricky. Now what? Oh, there's no room on this floor. Vine Grasp and a couple of stings on... I don't know. The one... This enchanter who gives multi-strike is... Okay, yeah, the answer is clear. Just... You have to do a lot of reading to process what the options even are, but once you do, it's quite clear, I think. I don't need to do anything on this floor. This floor is pretty rough, huh? I think we're still fine. We got the top floor has a little. Oh, yeah, Flicker gets a chance that this floor goes first, so that two of these are going to be, yeah, two of those are going to be reformed. 2 out of 4 of the top 2 floors worth of units. Yeah, okay, this is. It's probably okay. I think this one, I've already got blockers. That one does the most damage. Yeah, I think putting the multi-strike on this unit was probably the right call. I do have floor capacity for this, so that's fine. That one in the back is surviving at the moment. Oh, I did not get the Vine Grasp because my hand was over full. I think that was the problem here. This is not going to help because the quick unit one-shots the unit that I would be damaging if I were to play this turn. Spell shield, spikes. None of this matters. I don't think it does. I don't think it matters. So those buffs are irrelevant. Right now, there aren't really any buffs that I should remove, I don't think. So I could deal 40 damage and it wouldn't matter. This unit is just going to hit the pyre for 20 and then it's going to kamikaze for... It's actually going to hit for 40 and then kamikaze for 10, so that's... This one unit is actually doing a lot of hurt. That's annoying. Am I totally sure that this does nothing? Spell shields and spikes. Yeah, none of it matters. Like, I really want to help out this floor, but nothing does anything at all. I guess this is my only choice here. Pretty sure that's 20, 40, and then 50. Okay, it's not a dead pyre, but that's... That's decline in how things have been going. It only took... Oh, okay. Where is it? This one, the vapor funnel. Forgot I had that. That helped a bit. It was still unpleasant that it came to that. Oh, Hallowed Halls. Looking good. Do I just YOLO this on the top floor? I think the top floor I want to be very meticulous, and then I YOLO the second floor. Yeah, I think that's... I think I'd just put the damage on the top floor. $780. It's a pretty good turn. The next wave is relentless. That's a little scary. I don't have enough burnout stacks, do I? Do I just wanna YOLO the reincarnation on these? I think I desperately need to recast these. Like I need burnout stacks on the draft. If anything goes wrong, I have 2 vine grafts. I can rearrange the order of the room as well. Yeah, let's just cast this here. Then this floor is empty. That's kind of a drawback. But I don't know if I like setting up on a floor here. Having 2 floors or having 1 floor that's very strong. The thing is, if I reset this floor, I might draw all the wrong units, but it's a gamble. If I draw Rector Flicker, I get 2 units back, which would be kind of not bad. Like, the worst case would be as I get Lady of the Reformed in, like, 3 drafts, and then I lose, like, straight up. But that's, like, super duper worst case. I think the setup I have now is, like, 5 stacks of burnout. It's gonna die to a sweep attack on the next turn, though, so this is actually not very good at the moment. If I damage this unit by 6, then Rector Flicker gets to reincarnate it next turn. Except Rector Flicker is totally dead, possibly. No, he's got too much health. Okay, this might actually be... I think that's fine. I think I'm gonna do it. I think it's too important to re-summon this unit. I couldn't have it die in 1 hit on the relentless wave, so hopefully I didn't just screw that up. And I think I need Rector Flicker. I think Rector Flicker is a part of how I win the next turn. I don't know, what actually helps here? Do I do this? Okay, none of these incant, so I guess that's probably the best. Not totally sure. Okay, so this unit, how many turns does it survive? This might be good enough. We're already doing 918, so if this unit survives... Oh, it only gets 1 turn. It doesn't have that much health. So hopefully... I don't know. Ouch. Ouch, we've got a bottom floor to work with. That is not good enough. Oh, I'm so dumb. I have to redo the whole battle. This unit cannot be on the sweeping floor. And this floor was too full. That's my problem. It's probably winnable. Maybe I have to take some pyre damage, but I cannot play that draft on the sweeping floor. Because that draft does so much damage, but not if it dies in 2 hits. That was extra sad. And quite avoidable. I mean, there was one turn where I think it was looking really unpleasant, and I had to play the draft on the top floor to save the pyre. But let's try not to do that anymore. That seems about right. And then what else? I guess we'll do that and yeah, something like that, whatever. It's a little unpleasant when my hand is overfull and I don't get the Cursed Vines proc to do anything. Because this unit in front would be nice. I just need to empty my hand so I can play this spell, and because this someone's going to be resummoned and then my hand's going to be full again. So we do that. Yeah, so whatever. I don't want to play that at all. Get that out of my deck. I guess that's good enough. Let's just see what we get here. Oh right, Exploding Candle. That took care of it. Or a lot of it, anyway. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Well, the Wickless Barons now have Burnout 1, so it'll be a little bit annoying having to resummon them every turn for a little bit. Oh, I don't even get to resummon them every turn because I have to do Rector Flicker this turn. Vinegrass? Don't think I like that. But the draft is in front. That's... maybe that's how I handle it. Yeah, that's a lot better. This is... at the moment it's a problem. Does it get better? It's part of the way there. We're not all the way there yet. Okay. This, I mean, 78 damage out of 70. This is fine. I think I don't want to mess with that. Don't want to mess with this. I guess I'll do that. Do I even... how do I want to do this? I guess I'm going to cast the spell, right? So let's make room. Oh, that one's a problem. I think I want to do it on this floor, though. I think this one is weakened enough that I can still deal with it. So I'm going to do... I can do this too, okay. What floor should you be on? Second floor? Actually, I think this floor, I can just resummon it the way that it already is, and this one I can play on the next floor up. This is like almost takes care of it. Yeah, that's pretty decent, I think. Alright. Get some harvest stacks. I guess my other Baron could have gotten harvest stacks too, but this unit was a little bit too healthy, so I didn't want to give up too much there. Let's see, there's 6 stacks of rage. Yeah. I don't know if it's worth playing this. I think I leave it alone. That unit's almost gone. I think I'll play it. Top floor. Top floor is totally fine. I could even save a little bit of health if I wanted to. Hold over. Okay, this unit is the problem, right? I could do it even a little bit better here. Oh, it has stealth, so I had to. Yeah, okay. $117 versus $155. I think this is just barely. Oh, with the spell shield, I think it's not quite enough to matter. just tank stuff, I think. It's probably for the best. This unit, I think, oh, if this unit burns out, I think that's fine. That's pretty good timing. So that's good. What else can I do? Do I want to heal Flicker? Do I want to heal the top floor? Eh. Alright, get those harvest stacks. I guess this saves some health. Saves, yeah, nice chunk. And the rest of this kind of doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter either. Not even sure what I did differently, but the juggling has been much better. This is going to be a very good resummon. It's not going to... The only mistake that really mattered was having the draft on the top floor. And there were 1 or 2 turns before that where the middle floor was too full, and I had no way of holding on to the slot based on mistakes I had made before that. So right now it's not really going to be an issue unless I misplay Hallowed Halls next turn. That's basically how I would lose if I were to lose again. So let's not lose. Let's just win. This turn's awkward. It's one of those turns where I have too many cards and no Vine Grasp. Maybe I shouldn't play all of these stings. Maybe I should be a little bit more judicious. Like, I only want to draw 9 cards. Or no, 8. A total of 8. Because I have this one that's held over, and the Vine Grasp that I want to be added to my hand. So I can only play 2 stings if I want that. Play this, and I could play 1 more stings, and then I'd still be okay. I might need it next turn. When I see the next wave, I'll have a better idea what I'm trying to do here. Let's not overfill my hand. I think that was it's maybe one minor secondary problem with how I was playing. I mean, I could go on this floor instead. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to play the draft and then play Hallowed Halls, because then it randomizes the order and then it could be screwed up. It could be very badly screwed up. I want the floor to be stable. So maybe I set up this middle floor here as nicely as I possibly can. This unit is too big, but she's a really good blocker. I think I like this one a little bit better, maybe. Yeah, I don't have enough room. There's only 3 left. Maybe next turn I can play the Lady of the Reformed. Or Lady of the House. Whichever. That's about right. Okay. Yeah, this unit's just kind of in the way, so this unit should... Getting rid of this unit's probably good. It's a lot of stings. It's kind of silly. Do I just play this and then don't play anything else? Let me see. 1, 2, 3. I don't have enough space for everybody. So maybe this is too risky. Maybe I don't play that. Top floor? I think I end up reforming this when I don't want to some of the time if I play it now. So that's too scary. This is probably fine. Yeah, this is the worst card I have right now, so let's not. Let's just do this. Arguably, this could be tied for the worst card. She's a lot better at tanking, but she also takes up 3 spaces. These are a little bit annoying. I don't think they're gonna waste hand space next turn. Oh, 4 of these to kill that one is probably worth it. My hand's over full now, but more units are perishing, so that's nice, I guess. I think that's fine. I think this time we win because the draft is actually... The draft is not getting hit by sweep attacks. Yeah, just that one really stupid, awful mistake where I should have known better, but other things were going on, and I would have had to think about it 1 or 2 turns earlier than when I realized it too late. Well, right now it's a photo finish because everybody dies on both sides. It's kind of crazy. But we can do a little bit better too. Something like that. How are they all burning out? I thought I was doing that much more damage than I was a turn ago, or before I played the cards. Okay, now they're not burning out. Just this bottom floor, I thought they'd go last, so how are they burning out if this floor is not burning out? Maybe the combat prediction is a little bit buggy, because usually the Relentless Wave isn't on multiple floors at the same time. Maybe that's a DLC, just a tooltip bug. I think this floor goes first, so this never happens. I think this just wins outright. Like 4 turns worth of 190 times 3. Like that's almost 1,000 per turn. So yeah, 3 or 4. I think yeah, 4 turns. This floor wins all by itself. does... Oh, this, I can do that. Doesn't really matter, though. Yeah, this is bugged. This never happens. This should be a red X, but these should have no indication of time having passed whatsoever, because this never happens. It's interesting. It does the combat prediction for one floor, and it doesn't realize that this never happens. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Unless maybe it goes from bottom up, because Relentless Waves might have a separate logic. Like, usually combat goes from top down, but Relentless is kind of, I don't know, maybe it's its own thing. Well, let's find out. Nope, it's inaccurate. Well, one really stupid mistake. Other than that, this was like one of the easiest. It was one of the easiest setups, except for one mistake that it was still possible that I stumbled right into. So, if I'd been thinking more clearly, I would not have needed the restart, but I did. But whatever. It goes into the logbook, it counts, because that's just the way the game's programmed. You get to correct one screw-up during mid-battle, but you don't get to correct screw-ups from previous rings. And luckily, that's all I needed. So yeah, good stuff. And it's about time I got a win with this card. It was actually pretty good here. Sometimes it's a little too double-edged, like the unpredictability can sometimes... It's just really super duper situational, but in certain setups and with proper management of deaths and reforms, this one can be... I knew it had potential, and it was at least moderately effective here. I think it was definitely stronger with than without. Like, the drawbacks were not super bad compared to... I mean, I wasn't having trouble reforming my units most turns, but it just got a little bit of extra juice because the extra burnout stacks were just kind of, just sort of, wasn't like super amazing, or it wasn't really a centerpiece, but it did kind of stoke the fire a little bit. So it was a pretty pleasant run for this new card that didn't exist before the DLC, so that was nice. Lady of the House was kind of... She's just kind of there. She was borderline getting in the way, but half the time she was getting in the way, but half the time she was actually tanking hits, and it was kind of... It's really hard to say whether it was better with or without, but I want to say slightly better with. And Restore, you were kind of not doing anything. That's okay. Earlier in the run, it helped a little bit. There we go. Logbook goes burr. Just a little bit more. Just 3 more crowns, and the first page, except for a couple of random cards. I think Bone Dog. I think I still don't have the Mastered Bone Dog card because it's so rare. But the dream is... the first page logbook dream is sort of becoming a reality. Not quite there yet, but it's so close. But yeah, that's the monster train for you.